Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Turnovers will be a focus in today's game. The Saints are number one in turnover differential, and they'll be up against the Raiders team that knows they have to take care of the ball.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. First down throw here for Rivers. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now on 1st down. And his first look is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Danny Trevathan in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 22. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. And they're going to go soft on the corners. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a 1st down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the 1st down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Third down now following the run. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's caught. He finds Myers. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sean Lee, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Shotgun now for Carr. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's taken in at the 9. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And they're definitely showing blitz here. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Carr now on first down. Ball incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Try it again on second down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead is swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he powers his way up past the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, here's Carr. And that is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Throwing again. Carr. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now Rivers firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Running with Kamara. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Saints. 54 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Again, this is Kamara. And a big hit. Knocked down sideways. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. From the gun, Rivers. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll run it with Kamara. And now running right through it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Ready, go! Hey, Rocket!
Second down, Rivers. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even know
for
why
them?
they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. To throw again. Carr. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Myers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
On is the punter, King, to send it away. This is taken at about the 14. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And look out. I think he's going to go. The 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown. New Orleans. A great effort there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints are pouring it on. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now Carr throwing on second down. And Myers has it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The final shot here before half for Carr. Going for the deep ball. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Going to give this time to the tailback. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Marquette King now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Now, Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Hey! Set! 380! Four! Light! Hey! Hey, Rocket! Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. All right, now, lock at 56. Lock at 56. 190.
Rivers now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
On third down, Rivers drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. In his own end zone, it's Carr. And this is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Raiders on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 280. Mike 5'9".
To throw from his end zone. Carr escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Marquette King now. He's been terrific so far. And it's fielded at the 34.
When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Switch. Watch it now, Barney.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The busy night continues for Kamara. And a good hit there and knocked down hard at the 47-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. A give to Kamara running right, fighting him off, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Toss play, Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a... Big lead here to start quarter number 4. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Over the middle, open is Thomas. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd down following the run. Carr now to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent. Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that. They go play action here on first down. His throw incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Throwing again. Carr. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Carr to throw again. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get, because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now. They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Showed off the power, but not much room to run. Brought down at the 5. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game. I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball. Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort. Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down. To throw, Rivers. And it's caught. Kobe Flainer. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken from just outside the 30. And he is knocked down from the side. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On first down, Carr. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I got you.
From the gun, Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Reggie Ragland leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And his throw is incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Raiders on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Carr. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it is incomplete. A gutsy call by Jack Del Rio, but it does not pay off. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now they try the right side here. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.